We'll continue our discussion on IRC 78 Part 2, the limit state method for design of foundation. This will be the last video of this series in which we'll cover the well foundations. We have already discussed on the pile foundation and the open foundation. So let's get started. So if you can see, we have well foundation, and in well foundation, if we zoom out, we can see there are two states, again the ultimate limit state and the serviceability limit state. In ultimate limit state, we have two checks. Again, one is equilibrium and second one is strength. For the case of equilibrium, you can see there are two factors. One is the load factor and one is the material factor. For load factor, we need to refer to the table B1 of IRC 6. And for case of SV loading, the factor shall be taken as 1.15. For material factor, we shall refer to the table 1 of IRC 78. We have discussed table 1 many times in our previous videos. In case of strength, there again we need to take care of three factors: load factor, material factor and the resistance factor. The load factor we shall refer to the table B4 of IRC 6, and for SV loading, the combination 1, the factor for SV loading shall be taken as 1.15, and for all other combination, factor shall be taken as 1. In case of material, we shall refer to the table 2 of IRC 78. The set 1 combination, the set 1 material or the set 1 factor shall be used for combination 1 and set 2 for all other combinations. So this is the table 2. We have set 1 and set 2. What does it says that for set 1 and set 2 shall be used for calculation of base resistance and side resistance. Also it says that the side resistance shall be ignored when well is resting on rock with unconfined strength of 6 MPa or more than 6 MPa. Secondly, we move on to the resistance factor. Now resistance factor has two subdivisions. First one is the side resistance and second one is the base resistance. For side resistance, the resistance factor is 1, and for base resistance, we shall refer to the table 11 given in the IRC 78 part 2. And there are also some modification for the case of SV loading. In case of base resistance, for combination 1, we shall take the factor as 1.2, and for combination 2, we shall take the factor as 1. Here we can see in case of combination 1, set 1, and the factor is 1.35. For combination 2, set 2, we shall refer to the factor or we shall use factor 1.1. For seismic and accidental combination, we shall use the resistance factor as 1. So this we have already seen in material factor that for action 1 we need to use set 1. For action 2 or the combination 2, seismic combination and the accidental combination, we shall refer to the set 2. Moving on to the next part, that is the verification of base resistance and contact area. In this we are discussing in terms of the ultimate limit state. So there can be two cases. Well is either resting on soil or either resting on rock. For case of soil, the combination we shall refer to is table B4 of IRC 6, and we shall ensure a minimum contact area of 80%. In addition, the allowable bearing pressure shall be restricted to 3 MPa, and linear triangulation stress distribution shall be assumed during the calculation of bearing pressure. In case of rocks, the minimum allowable contact area, that is for combination N1 and 2, shall be 80%, and for case of seismic and accidental combination it shall be 67%. Here we have to follow linear pressure distribution for calculation of bearing pressure or the contact area. Again, for calculation, for case of base pressure, the base pressure shall be limited to the crushing strength of rock divided by a factor of 4.5. So the base pressure shall be less than or equal to the crushing strength of rock divided by 4.5. Moving on to the limit state, from ultimate limit state to the serviceability limit state. For case of serviceability limit state, we shall take material factor is equal to 1. The load factor we shall refer to the table B3 of IRC 6 with additional information given as that for SV loading the factor is 1. The resistance factor shall be taken as 2 for serviceability limit state, and there are three checks. One is settlement, second is contact area, and third is the base pressure. Now the settlement is to be checked for quasi-permanent load combination, and the differential settlement shall be limited to 1:400 between the adjacent pair. For contact area, we shall refer to the frequent load combination given in IRC 6, and for case of rock, the minimum allowable contact area is 80%, and for soil, the minimum allowable contact area is 100%. That means there shall be no loss in contact area under the frequent load combination. For coming to the base pressure, we shall refer to we shall use the real load combination given in IRC 6. Again, two categories, one for rock and other for soil. In case of rock, the unconfined compressive strength shall be divided by a factor of 7 to get the allowable pressure on the rocks in case of real load combination. And for case of SV loading, the unconfined compressive strength shall be divided by a factor of 6 to get the allowable base pressure in real load combination. In case of soil, the ultimate bearing capacity shall be divided by a factor of 2. So whatever the ultimate, we shall divide it by a factor of 2 to get the allowable base pressure or base pressure for rear load combination in case of soil. And this value shall also be capped at 1.5 MPa such that the allowable bearing pressure is not more than 1.5 MPa. And in case of SV loading, the ultimate bearing capacity shall be divided by a factor of 1.6. However, the capping is still 1.5 MPa. So that's all in this video. I think we have completed almost all the parts in the IRC 78 part 2 on the limit state method, where we discussed all the factors that are introduced in this code. Hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.